Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. Arkansas football needs some help. The Razorbacks are fresh off a very disappointing 2022 season that saw them go 7-6 1 year after going 9-4. Many thought the Razorbacks were going to be due for a breakout year under Sam Pittman, but instead the Razorbacks took a major step back. Some attribute that to injuries, but the major reason was because the Razorbacks defense was downright atrocious. So now, heading into 2023, the million-dollar question is, has Arkansas fixed their defense, and can it lead to more success in this upcoming season? So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. We're so glad that you could join us today talking about the Arkansas Razorbacks. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below, including our expert picks, of course, over on our website, thegridironexpert.com, and every single other offer we have over there for you guys, because here at the Gridiron Expert, college football never dies. The season never ends here at our channel, and we want you to take advantage of that. We want you to become a part of the conversation. We want you to become a part of our GE Nation. You can do that by liking, commenting, subscribing, and of course, hitting that notification button so you don't miss out on any of our future content going forward, including season predictions for every single college football team starting up here in just a little over a month or so. So you don't want to miss out on that. So let's take a look at Arkansas. Again, a disappointing season, but one where if you go and look at the numbers, it wasn't that bad, right? Like in 2021, Arkansas had so many one-possession victories. A lot of close games they were able to pull out. 2022, the exact opposite. Arkansas had 4 one-possession losses to Texas A&M, Liberty, inexcusable, LSU, and then Missouri. So 4 one-possession losses, 7-win season. Easily could have been another 9-win or more season for Arkansas in 2022. But you look at the defense. That was a major reason Arkansas did not have much success in 2022. They ranked 124th out of 131 FBS teams in total defense, allowing 465.2 yards per game. The only Power 5 teams that were worse than Arkansas defensively were Arizona, Kansas, who Arkansas actually beat in the Liberty Bowl, and then Colorado, who was arguably the worst Power 5 team of them all in 2022. So 124th out of 131 when it came to total defense, and Arkansas also had the worst passing defense in the country. Worst passing defense in the country, ranking dead last, 131st, giving up 294.7 passing yards per game. It was just downright embarrassing. Arkansas had opportunities to win a couple of those games that we mentioned, but the defense couldn't get the job done. And on occasion, there were some offensive struggles were there. They couldn't get the offense going against A&M, couldn't get it going against Liberty, couldn't get it going against LSU. But the defense, a major reason why Arkansas was not as good as many thought they would be in 2022. So now you look forward to this year. Has Arkansas fixed their issues? Has Arkansas built up a better defense to the point where they might be able to contend better in 2023? Well, they made some changes, right? Barry Odom was not fired. Many wanted him fired. Barry Odom left to become the head coach at UNLV. So Arkansas was left finding a new defensive coordinator, and they went with Travis Williams, hired him away from UCF. He's an excellent recruiter. That's exactly what Sam Pittman wants. He has a lot of energy, already kind of making a positive impact in Fayetteville right now. But now you have to look at that. Great defensive coordinator, but what's the talent like? Travis Williams isn't going out there to play defense. He's got to have guys that can fit his scheme, go out there and play their style of ball. When you look at the secondary, that's obviously the biggest area of concern. When you have the nation's worst passing defense from last year, you got to fix up your secondary. And the leader of that secondary is going to be a returning cornerback in Dwight McLaughlin. Huge return for Arkansas. 43 tackles last year, 2 forced fumbles, 4 interceptions, 10 passes defended. I mean, this is a guy that was a major piece to Arkansas's minor defensive success in 2022, and he's going to come back with a lot of experience, again, transferring in from LSU last year, and is going to be the anchor of that secondary for the Razorbacks. That was a huge return for Sam Pittman and new defensive coordinator Travis Williams. They also have added a lot in the transfer portal. The biggest 2 names, Lorando Johnson from Baylor and also Al Walcott from Baylor. Now, Al Walcott was the guy that had the massive pick 6 in Baylor's Sugar Bowl victory over Ole Miss just 2 years ago. So these are 2 players that worked under Dave Aranda, one of the best defensive minds in the game, and now have both come to Arkansas to try to help this secondary. Another huge addition that people don't seem to be talking nearly enough about is that about a month ago, Arkansas added former 5-star recruit Jaheim Singletary from Georgia. Huge get. A lot of potential there. Singletary's young, hasn't had much playing experience, but obviously he was pretty highly touted coming out of high school, and Sam Pittman and Travis Williams are hoping they can develop him and make him a leader of this secondary. Pittman, once again, kind of utilizing those Georgia ties and Georgia connections, because again, he was the offensive line coach and associate head coach there for many years in Athens under Kirby Smart before coming to Arkansas. So, 3 major transfers for Arkansas just in the secondary alone. They do return Hudson Clark, who's kind of had an up and down career with the Razorbacks, but is experienced with the program. They also have Quincy McAdoo, who will be huge in the secondary if that's where he stays. The Razorbacks flirting with maybe using him on the offensive side as a wide receiver. So not really sure what McAdoo can do, kind of an all-around player, but he kind of started making a name for himself towards the end of last year and would be a huge addition to the secondary as well. Go to the linebacking core. That's the secondary. And Sam Pittman recognized he needed help. 3 major transfers, all with experience or lots of upside like Singletary. When you go to the linebacking core, obviously Arkansas loses the anchor there. They lose Drew Sanders and Bumper Pool off to the NFL. But Chris Paul Jr. started making a name for himself towards the end of last year. Really looked good in those last couple of games and in the Liberty Bowl as well. Travis Williams also making a major impact, landing Antonio Greer from South Florida. Was kind of recruiting him during his time at UCF, and then ended up pulling him into Arkansas when he left. So huge get for Arkansas to get Antonio Greer to fill in that linebacking core. So Sanders and Poole are gone. That's okay. Your top 2 guys now could be Greer and Chris Paul Jr. Huge for Arkansas. And then on the defensive line, the Razorbacks have continued to struggle to get a lot of pressure up front. They're hoping that's going to change this year. They added Trajan Jeffcoat from Missouri, so an interconference transfer there. They added John Morgan in from Pittsburgh, and we know the last few years for Pittsburgh, they've had one of the best defensive lines in the country, so John Morgan is huge for them, along with a handful of other starters kind of coming back on that defensive line. Guys like Zach Williams, guys like Eric Gregory, guys that can hopefully help Arkansas create a little bit more pressure and hopefully improve that defense as a whole. So Sam Pittman made moves. Good hire at defensive coordinator, lots of key additions to the transfer portal. Can it lead to more success for Arkansas in 2023? You're going to have a great opportunity to see what this defense can do pretty early on in the year. Arkansas, many would expect, will start 2-0, then a brutal stretch. BYU, at LSU, Texas A&M and Arlington, at Ole Miss, and at Alabama. We broke this down in our Arkansas schedule preview. We said that really 5-game stretch there is going to define Arkansas season, whether or not it could be a special year or whether or not Arkansas will maybe struggle to make a bowl game or have anywhere from a 6 to 7 win season, which is right there, middle of the pack, very similar to what the Razorbacks had last year. So not only will that 5-game stretch define the season, but it's going to show what this Arkansas defense is made of. How do they fare against a Big 12 team? How do they fare against the reigning West champs? How do they fare against the mighty Alabama Crimson Tide and an Ole Miss team that we've seen classics between the Rebels and Hogs before, an Ole Miss team that always had the strong offense of Lane Kiffin? How the defense fares in those 5 games will ultimately dictate how Arkansas does this season. So very, very crucial stretch there, and crucial to see what this defense can do under new defensive coordinator Travis Williams. I believe the talent is there. You clearly can't get any worse. The saying goes, can we get any worse? Sometimes you can. Arkansas can't. They were at the bottom last year defensively. Only way to go is up. And I believe that's exactly what the Razorbacks will do in 2023. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below, especially over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. Because again, guys, here at the Gridiron Expert, college football never dies. The season never ends, and we want you to take advantage of that. We want you to become a part of that. We want you to become a part of our GE Nation and what we are building right here at the channel. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.
Yeah.